A very warm welcome to one of the great world rugby venues, the Parc des Princes here in Paris for the bronze medal game of Rugby World Cup 2007. A game neither side wanted to take part in at any time during this World Cup. It's Argentina who will be playing France. A repeat of the opening game of the tournament 6 weeks ago when this competition was given a huge shock. The hosts losing to the Pumas, 17 points to 12. And with me in the commentary box this evening, Simon Mannix, former All Black. Simon, are we going to see a repeat performance, do you think, by Argentina?
Well, we'll certainly see an Argentinian team willing as ever, as they've shown through this tournament. They're prepared to go out there into battle and put their bodies on the line. However, this is a French team who are in need of a victory. They're in need of a victory not only because it's the finish of the reign tonight of Bernard-Laporte, but also for the players themselves, confidence-wise. They want to show to the public that they can play rugby. That's been the big criticism here in France, that they haven't shown us anything. So maybe tonight, it is their last chance.
Is it a question of French finesse and flair up against Argentinian beef?
Well, to be fair, I think the better players exist on this Argentinian side, man for man, in certain positions. We get another chance to have a look at the brilliance of one Martin Hernandez at number 10. Also, as well, we've got Felipe Contemporaneous, who's had a wonderful World Cup. Corletto at the back. These are guys who want to go out with a bang, you can be sure. They're great players in their own right. Man for man, probably more talent in this French side, but when it comes down to the hard factor, you can take nothing away from these Argentinians.
Well, if it's to be a carnival atmosphere here tonight, Simon, I certainly hope we see some carnival-style rugby, because the World Cup needs that.
Well, it certainly does, and with the pressure off pretty much in this game, let's hope that the shackles are broken a little bit, and we don't see so much kicking tonight, that we see players prepared to have a go. And in Fred Michalak, we could see something special before he heads off to South Africa to play rugby.
So Argentina, the first to come out of their changing room. And Simon, from your point of view, just give us a couple of key players to watch out for on both teams.
Well, as always with Argentina, you've got to look to the back line. You look to the combination between Pichot and of course Hernandez. And then of course outside him, Contemporaneous and Corletto. But look also for the work rate of Albacete and Alvarez in the second row. Two players who have really impressed me in this World Cup. Play their rugby in France, but they've lifted their levels noticeably during this World Cup. And in the French team, well, look for this back row. If their tight five can gain dominance or at least parity, look for this back row of Nyanga, Dusatois and Harry Nortity to roam free. Nongio's a guy who hasn't played much in this World Cup, but is an outstanding footballer. And Dusatois, he's been one of the French stars in this World Cup. Wasn't selected in the opening match, but he's come through and performed very well. And of course, take nothing away from Dominici. Last game tonight in the French shirt, what a brilliant player.
Well, certainly Thierry Dusatois, just going through the picture there, the Dark Destroyer, L'Équipe, the famous French rugby and sports newspaper called him. He certainly is an outstanding player and has given a new dimension to the back row of France.
Well, he certainly has. He has performed very well in this World Cup. Really, he's come from nowhere really in terms of selections, but he's done brilliantly well, taking his opportunity as the players take the field here to a wonderful reception, it must be said.
Well, certainly the whole of France will be conscious of what happened just 6 weeks ago when Argentina-France was supposed to be a home victory. On this occasion, Monsieur Sarkozy has come here to watch his side take a victory and take the bronze medal in Rugby World Cup 2007. Peter de Villiers right at the back there. He's certainly been a great French prop forward for many, many years. And of course the captain tonight, well, Rafael Ibanez, utterly outstanding captain he's been over the years. The Argentinians have really risen to prominence now, and certainly their world ranking will have absolutely rocketed during this World Cup.
That's an important point, their world ranking. This game is about world ranking points tonight. It's about qualifying positions also, isn't it, for the next World Cup. All very important here. A lot to play for the Argentinians, possibly more for the Argentinians in terms of talk of Tri-Nations and this sort of thing. They need another very strong performance here tonight.
So just a moment, the very last time we shall hear the French national anthem and the Argentinian national anthem in Rugby World Cup 2007. despite the fact that this is only for third place. There will still be a lot of passion out there. There's still a lot to play for.
Recorded by the Rugby World Cup and the French Army Choir.
This game means such a lot to supporters and players alike. To end up third in the world would be a fantastic achievement for Argentina. This is a game France must win. Welcome to the Parc des Princes in Paris for the third place playoff game. France up against Argentina, of course. And this was the opening fixture in Rugby World Cup 6 weeks ago. There's the starting 15 and certainly some interesting names to look out for. Good to see Harry Nordique playing on the starting 15 back at number 8, but Elissalde and Michalak certainly will have a huge impact on this game. As far as Argentina are concerned, well, Agustin Pichot once again captains the side from scrum half. Great front row in Ranchero, Basualdo and Hassan. And a referee for this evening, Mr. Paul Hurnis from New Zealand, breaking Derek Bevan's world record of 44 internationals. He is now the world's most capped referee. So France to kick off. Frédéric Michalak. And this is a game the whole of France will want to see. They've seen it already in Rugby World Cup. They want to see it again, but they want a different result this time. And Simon Mannix, former All Black, next to me. It's a game that Argentina would love to win, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. They've had a very good start here, very good kickoff reception. But slightly miskicked there from Hernandez. So with the first attacking line out for the French team. Interesting to see, you know, if they change their tactics tonight, the French team. I'm sure all the public in here and all the public watching on television from a French perspective will be hoping that they're prepared to give the ball a little bit of air and move it around tonight.
But just go quickly down to the pitch side to talk to Robbie Knock, our reporter. What's the state of the pitch down there, Robbie?
Paul, the pitch is in perfect condition. It's dry and, well, we've got a packed-out stadium and obviously the temperature a little bit frisky for autumn, but the pitch is in a great condition for tonight's match.
Well, hopefully this is an indication of the sort of rugby we're going to see here. Spun over one side, now to the other. There's the skipper, a little chip through there by Rafael Ibanez. And that's just going to run out inside Argentina's 22. Taken quickly, though. Augustin Pichot, upfield. Harry Nordicke, the French number 8. Just the bounce of the ball there.
Well played, Augustin Pichot there. Very good option there. They took the quick line out at the back there. The kick through there by Ibanez was possibly not the right option. He had 3 men unmarked outside him, albeit they were forwards, but good opening play there by the French team, showing their willingness to move the ball round.
Well, how often do you get a hooker trying to do a grubber kick?
Let's hope that's the last of it.
So Ibanez to throw in. Oh, almost stolen there by Argentina and taken on very, very quickly indeed by Hassan, but they'll have to come back. And already, only in the opening seconds there, Harry Nordicke up against the giant Albacete, a lot forward from Argentina.
That just shows, doesn't it, that these guys are really up for this game. There's plenty going in out there. As we just see here, well, it's Harry Nordicke just coming through, get tangled up with Albacete. There's really nothing in what happened there. But it was a lot knocked forward through there from the Argentinians, who put great pressure on Jerome Tion there, putting pressure on the throw of Ibanez as well. First scrum.
Engage.
We know how powerful Argentina are in the scrummage, but that was well taken. Harry Nordicke picks up, drives on. Tackled there by Fernandez Lobbe. Spun away to Michalak. Kicks downfield to Pichot, just inside the 22. And that was a nice bit of play there, giving the fullback a little bit more of an angle.
Outstanding play there from Pichot. He was there at the scrum time with the put-in, but read the situation very well. Dropped back into the back row, into the back line of cover there. Assessed the situation well, used Coletto, and we're right back where we started from. Well played, Pichot.
Ibanez this time to Harry Nordicke. Elissalde whipped that away, spun out of the hands there of Dusatois. So Argentina just putting France under a little bit of pressure here. Elissalde just waiting, biding his time. Doesn't go to Michalak, it stays tight. This goes over the 10-meter line. Elissalde once more, now to Michalak. And not an up and under that we've seen so many times from the French and everybody else during this tournament. Federico Martin to Michalak. No, will Michalak split it wide? No, he doesn't. He pops it over the top. Not a particularly good kick, but chases it. And that was knocked on by Michalak. So they'll have to come all the way back for a scrummage.
A little bit of aimless kicking there, wasn't it? Michalak, he saw the gap down the middle of the field there, but here we have coming through from his return and up and under there. And, well, maybe a little bit harshly called there by the referee. Did he get hands on it? Hard to say from that one. Referee right on the spot. Midfield scrum, Argentina. They'll want to clear their area very quickly.
Nyanga was very quick to try and gain ground on Pichot there, but the scrum half was too fast for him. Augustin Pichot, what a servant to Argentinian and world rugby he's been over the years.
Certainly has been. He's a player who's played a lot of rugby in Europe, played in England with Bristol, and then with Stade Francais here in Paris, and moving on to the racing club as well after this World Cup's finished. So he's done a lot for not only Argentinian rugby, but also European rugby.
So Harry Nordicke, another target for Rafael Ibanez. And there's Ibanez right at the back of that rolling maul. Look at the French go. They've gained about 10 metres. The referee playing advantage. There's a little drive in there by Linol Nare, but the ball came spinning away there. Nevertheless, Argentina penalised.
No more foul play, okay?
That was to Albacete.
Just have a look here. He was trying to pull the maul down there. Dangerous play in there. Well, he got Ibanez walking over the top of him there. The maul was pretty well structured there by France, wasn't it? They managed to advance 10 metres pretty comfortably. Now they come again into a good attacking line-out. You'll think they'll take confidence from that maul
Please.
and maybe try and keep this one tight and take the Argentinians through the middle.
So David Strela back in the side after quite a long period of injury. But good that he's back. He's been considered to be the golden boy of French rugby. Lovely passing by the French. Dominici almost up to the 22. Once again, Michalak quickly to Strela. Very Nordic-y there, just a little bit late in arriving. Once again, the captain, Rafael Ibanez, took that on an extra couple of meters. The French have got a lot out on this side, but they decided to go on the tight side. They couldn't quite get the ball there to Nyanga. Alisald is caught. Argentina they will have turned this over. T-shot just taking his time.
Right.
It's deep. Now then, what can France do from here? They're going to spin it out wide. Dominici tries to go round. He's got Nyanga. There's Nyanga, the flank forward, needs support. Jerome Thion was there, but he couldn't get the ball to him, but this is good. David Marty goes inside. Marty just caught about 10 meters out, but he held on to the ball for too long, and Argentina take a quick one.
Hands off,
That was a great break there by David Marty, wasn't it?
Outstanding build-up play. The Argentinians tried to run it out. I don't know what their game they're playing in at the moment there. They want to settle things down and get this ball off the field. Hernandez charged.
Just not brought forward by the French. They'll have a scrum down, but certainly if the game carries on at this pace, there's going to be some very tired people out there at the end of the game.
Dominici with a lovely break. Nyanga came with the line. Once they've broken the line, he came straight in through there to support. This was great play by Alisard, who saw they had numbers down the short side. Marty did well, but tried to squeeze the ball under his body. But good defence, put the pressure on and won the penalty for Argentina. So a chance really now for them from the scrum to really try and clear it away and calm things down, because at the moment they looked all at sea.
Well, the number 8 there, Longo, just picked it up. Took it about a yard infield. Coming out very, very slowly, but just making sure that everybody's in a strong position. Taken there by Clément Poitrenaud. We haven't seen a huge amount of the French fullback in the World Cup so far. Rougerie hoists that one. It was bouncing all over the place. But eventually, I was going to say ends up in touch, but it curls its way back in field. Dominici, socks down, and we're only 8.5 minutes into the game. No score in this bronze medal playoff in the World Cup. We certainly have seen a lot of kicking in this World Cup, haven't we, Simon?
Well, we certainly have. It's been a feature of this World Cup, isn't it? The reluctance of teams to really want to try and play. It's been all about field position, domination up front, and kicking penalties. You know, it's a recipe that's worked. It hasn't been great from a spectacle, but from a spectator's point of view, but it's been winning rugby. We see a beautiful kick down there. I think it was from Hernandez there. We just see that one rolling over into touch there. Finally, the Argentinians, well, first time down the French 22 to see if they can pick the line out here and put some pressure on.
The bronze medal in the World Cup is something which France have won before. They did it in 1995. They certainly would have far rather have been in the final. And incidentally, in that bronze medal playoff, they beat England, a team they lost to last weekend. But Parc des Princes have come here tonight, the majority, to see France win this game, and they get a penalty.
A little scrappy line-out work from the French team. They did manage to get their hands back on the ball and recover the situation. And then we had hands at the breakdown area there. Referee Honus only very quick on it tonight. The Argentinians, if they're going to continue infringing like that, they've already had, you know, it's only 10 minutes gone here, and they've already been penalised on 3 or 4 occasions. That's a bad miss for touch there.
Certainly well kept in. Hit low, drilled that down, spun across now. Nyanga once again, very strong running, flank forward, and he's taken that on a full 30 meters or so. Breaking down the right hand side, but that was pass forward. France think they've scored. The whole crowd is going crazy, but some of the crowd know that the referee blew his whistle some time ago.
Well, it's quite funny, isn't it, watching the New Zealander blow a forward pass here. But quite clearly forward, it's the momentum pass that we see so much of now. Players continuing their run and the ball just drifting on their run, if you like. But the ball was quite clearly went forward. Nyanga is such an explosive footballer here, and he's had running room tonight. That's been the interesting thing. That's why it's so threatening. Harry Nordique should have done better here, because it was a clear 2-on-1 situation. He wasn't careful enough with the ball. But the New Zealand referee happy to call up a French forward pass on this occasion.
A slight problem there in the scrummage once again. It's Thierry Dusatoir on the far side wearing the scrum cap, going head-to-head with Martin Durand. No love lost between these two teams, because France are all too well aware as to what happened last time they met.
Well, they certainly are, and the last 5 occasions, the French, 5 or 6 occasions, they've been beaten, haven't they? They've only won 1 game in the last 5 events, in the last 5 contests, but nothing in that at all there. I don't think we'll see a penalty from here. But no, the French team will play, or most of them play their rugby in France, of course, and they'll be wanting again to be another mark against this French team psychologically.
Let's calm things down. You leave the binding alone on number 1. Leave his arm. Bind on your player.
Stuart Dickinson on the far side having a word with Paul Honus. So no penalty given. Scrum down, so it's as we were. And certainly the reason the crowd are booing is because they all saw that slow motion replay, the same as you did. And picked up, driven on once again by this highly mobile number 8, Gonzalo Longo. Plays for Montferrand in France. It's pitched really high by Hernandez. He's got an enormous boot on him, has the outside half, and that was so well taken by Poitrenaud. Poitrenaud goes. Michalak on to David Marty, who goes back inside. Marty lays it back. Michalak's gone wide, so Elisal just waiting. Rafael Ibanez standing just inside. There he is, the captain. Drives on, not over the gain line yet. So the French just resetting. Michalak's gone way, way back, so it's into the forwards once again. The front row driving forward there, scrum down, France to put in. So certainly the French varying their tactics here.
Well, they are. They're having to commit a lot of men to the breakdown currently. That seems to be the problem at the moment, is they're having to commit guys to the breakdown, and they just haven't got the numbers available to play afterwards, and this is causing them problems. Michalak hasn't really got many options other than to kick if the ball comes back into his hand, because there are 6 or 7 players on the ground in each situation there. They've got to look to stay on their feet a lot more. They're going to ground far too quickly and allowing for the defence. It's much easier for the Argentinian side to realign themselves, get back into position and make the next tackle.
Argentina.
Well, certainly both front rows just not calming themselves down too much. Ronchero, Basualdo and Hassan for Argentina, Hooks, Ibanez and De Villiers. Nicholas Mass, should I say. Michalak. It's a good little kick. And Rougerie really charging on there. It's a try. No, it's not. Oh my goodness, that was very quickly taken. The referee was right on the spot, and touch judge Stuart Dickinson has the flag held high.
Just have a look here, beautifully weighted kick from Michalak. Absolutely, that's a gem of a kick there in behind. We'll see there, they have to take it up, but have a look where Dickinson sets himself. Rougerie is in front of the mark, hence the referee. It's no good putting your arms out there. You're well in front of where the referee is placed. You're allowed to take it from behind the mark, so the 5 metres, absolutely no problem, even more. But from never in front of the mark. A great call there by Dickinson on the touch.
And a great opportunity now for France, right to the front. Lionel Nallet sets himself as everybody else, including Harry Nordique, spins round and tries to drive straight through the middle of the Argentinian pack. Good defence by Argentina. Nyanga. And he's well tackled there by Durand. Still a chance for France here. They're just 3 metres away from Argentina's line. Just queuing up at the back there, Ibanez and Mass. Driven back a metre though.
Superb defence by Argentina. They're hitting them low, body positions low, knocking them down on the ground straight away. They've got to go wide now.
Michalak decides going left, so he goes right, dancing around a couple of players. That was almost intercepted. And the ball going loose there. Referee playing advantage. Pichot. Now Argentina have got men over here. Good counter-attack by Argentina. Oh, looking for Coletto on the outside, but picked up there by Dominici. And Dominici straight away to Rougerie. Rougerie looking out for the big lock forward, Jerome Tillon. Oh, it really is end-to-end stuff, this. Little Dominici getting stuck in. And this could be the first score of the game.
Well, it was started with great defence, didn't it, by the Argentinians, who forced the turnover. They had numbers, but the problem with their attack was they were all in a flat line. Marti comes across here and puts a huge, no, it's Skrilla, sorry. It's a huge hit in on Contamponi there as he tried to lay it through the back door. Here we see Rougerie, who should be penalised for that. That is dangerous play and totally unnecessary. But in the penalty there first, have a look here. That he's been lifted up, he's passed horizontal. That, I'm afraid, is a penalty right in front of the referee, who, well, he's got something in for Albacete tonight. He's already had a word with him for foul play. And I think the referee's really missed something there. A dangerous play by Rougerie at that side of the ruck.
Elissalde, and that is 3 points to France. The opening score of this game. The last time they played, it was Skrilla who kicked 4 penalties. And the only try in the game was actually by the Argentinian fullback Coletto. That's the French coach, of course. Bernard Laporte starts a new job on Monday, I understand.
Yes, with Mr. Sarkozy, so he's the president. So he'll moving from one stressful job to another one, imagines.
So down in the French 22. Looking for a good clearance here. Skrilla's gone to the outside half position, but it does go to Michalak, who slices it slightly. So not quite out of danger yet.
Well, after nearly 18 minutes of play gone here, you see Dusatois under pressure here from the kickoff. Great chase through there. The Argentinians still, this is what they've shown in the whole World Cup, isn't it? Their willingness to fight and scrap for everything. They're doing it here again tonight. 18 minutes gone. With all the domination that France have had, they're only 3 points up currently.
Good take at the line out there by Alvarez. Portion of the crowd here supporting Argentina to push the French backwards. We're a couple of metres out of the French 22, so possibly the best attacking position they've had so far. And certainly throughout this World Cup, Simon, they've really set a great store by the power of their forwards, haven't they?
Well, they certainly have. Their game has been based on forward power for many years. It's traditionally the strongest point of Argentinian rugby. But what we have seen is the brilliance coming in this back line. And there are not enough superlatives you could say about Hernandez at number 10. Absolutely a brilliant football in any position he plays on the rugby field.
Well, consistently good, powerful running. That was Ronchero. Now it's spun away. Right to the centre there. Manuel Contepomi. He's got Coletto there in attendance, the fullback, who's pushed away by Nayanga. Just managed to get that away. Did Pichot. It's still Argentina in possession, but the ball comes out. And it's Argentina who get a penalty right in front of the French post now.
Well, the French did very well here. The counter-ruck in here play was superb, as we see Nyanga, who comes right through the middle. The other guys, his support players just didn't get through there quick enough. As we see, this is where the penalty comes through. It's taken in there. And here we see Tillon, who's just the tackler. He's just ripped and rolled away with it at the time. You can't do that. Got to be on your feet. And what a place to give away a penalty. 20 minutes gone with the way Contamponi kicks. This should be 3-3 all. France are going to be asking, what have they got to do to get away from this Argentinian side? They've had all the field position, they've had all the territory, and they haven't been able to turn it into points currently.
Well, he's second in the Rugby World Cup points table so far, just behind Percy Montgomery of South Africa, and that is another 3 points to Felipe Contepomi. It's all tied up. We're halfway through this first half.
Well, that's a very good result, and the Argentinian management will be very happy with that. After 20 minutes of play currently in this game, to be at 3 apiece they'll take that one because they really haven't been in it. France have produced all the play. They're the ones who've looked dangerous. Line-outs performing well for them. Scrum going well. They're just not putting points on the board.
Michalak for France restarts. And slight variation there, chased by David Skrela. But Pichot kicks downfield. Ari Nordicki, safe pair of hands, the big number 8. And that's not particularly good up and under, even for a number 8, but almost managed to gather it. The captain, Rafael Ibanez, rescued that for France. Still Argentina hunting for the ball. Alberthetti, big second row forward with the scrum cap, buried underneath everybody there. Dominici gets it away. Michalak kicks. That's going to be a tester for Coletto. Oh, made a mess of it. Dusatoir goes up. Only a couple of meters short of Argentina's line here. And David Skrela trying to rip away one of the Argentinians. That was very dangerous play by Argentina. Elissalde is there, whips it away to Michalak. Poitrenaud, good running by Poitrenaud, but a lovely tackle as well. Michalak brings it back across to this left-hand side. Elissalde once more to Ari Nordicki. And listen to the French crowd. Ibanez, Dominici. No try, the referee has blown. And that was a crunching tackle, wasn't it?
Well, it certainly was. Big defence. But the counter-attack was brilliant from France here. They switched it to the right. They came back left. All the players held their position. This is a forward pass here. Again, it's another call. It's a close call. It's a line ball, but it is forward. Quite clearly forward. Good hands, though. Big defence coming across. The Argentinians, well, they're willing in defence, but if they're going to continue as poorly as they are at the moment, keep kicking as badly as that, they're going to give these guys opportunities, and that's when they're going to be very dangerous.
Well, might not have been a try anyway, because his foot was certainly on the touchline, if not in touch.
It was the intelligence again of Elissalde, wasn't it? He threw the wide pass to Michalak to attack down the right-hand flank. They didn't have anything wrong. They swung it back left, and all the French players had held their position, held their width. The Argentinians a little bit guilty of chasing the ball in that situation.
So Pichot feeds the scrum. Oh, under pressure there. That was a big shove. Charged down by Nyanga. Now, who is that line out going to go to? The touch judge Nigel Owens on this side, the Welshman. Possible World Cup referee of the future. What's this? That was very quickly off that scrummage there, and that came off the Argentinian.
There's more pressure again for Argentina. The pressure came on through the scrum, then it came on through Nyanga, now through the line-out. Can they get the clean take and drive here?
Ari Nordicki takes it right in the middle of the line. Brought to ground, though. But Paul Hannes blows, and that is a penalty.
It'll be an interesting option here, is what the French decide to do. I think they've got to go for the points here. Got to go for the 7-pointer, and I think that's a wise decision by the French team. They've got to turn this territory into more points.
It's certainly beautifully set up for this third and fourth place playoff game in Rugby World Cup 2007. 23 minutes plus gone, 3-all. Now then, goes to the back this time. And look at the shove by the French. Dusatoir is right in the middle there. Ibanez now has the ball. Elissalde just marshalling his players. Mass gets stuck in. Ari Nordicki managed to peel away and now drives forward. If they can keep this on, the Argentinians may crack. It's still France. The ball goes down. Certainly Argentina's defence there is holding strong at the moment. Martin Durand stop that ball going any further. Dusatoir, the number 7 at the back there, just waiting along with Nyanga. So the whole of the back row is right at the back of that ruck. And the French go again. Dusatoir has got the ball in his hands. This is exhausting stuff. Now then, Elissalde getting ready. Michalak pops it over. That's for Skrela or for Rougerie. Oh my goodness. The ball's just bouncing around all over the place. Felipe Contepomi gets the ball, but it was knocked on by the French.
Well, the French had a brilliant structure from the drive, didn't they? Then they went to ground. This is the end of the play. Lost forward by Rougerie there. And it'll be a scrum 5 with an Argentinian put in. But as we see here, going up, competing for the ball. But it was their only option, wasn't it? Because they all went to ground again. They're not able to stay on their feet. This Argentinian defence is very, very aggressive, that is sure, but you've got to stay on your feet. The forwards are going to ground too quickly. They try to restructure, but they've got 6-7 guys on the ground. What can they do? The only option is try and kick him behind. They're not willing to try and run it through the hands.
Well, all the trainers coming on for an injury at the moment gives us a chance to go down to Robbie Knock. Robbie, good game already, isn't it?
Yeah, it's electrified, Paul. We just don't know which way it's going to go. I think that the team that scores the next try, will certainly have a foot in the path of victory. But at the moment, good exciting stuff down here.
The Longo just coming off the back of that scrum, and 3 Frenchmen there accused of not bounding on the scrummage. So Agustin Pichot there just hands the ball over, and Hernandez. This guy's got an immense boot on him, hasn't he?
He got the complete package as a footballer. As we just come back to that scrum here, I'm not sure how he's called not binding on the 3 French players there. Very difficult for a second row forward not to bind. He's not really part of the scrum if he doesn't hold on to anything, but the penalty's given. But no, Hernandez is brilliant. He tackles well. He's very quick. He's got great hands. And, we talk about his kicking game. He's got a monster right boot.
Just bounced out of the hands of Longo there, but Albacete managed to secure it for Argentina. Once again, that goes very, very high. Poitrenaud coming across. That was a good challenge by Argentina. Looks as though he's going to take this one. Longo once more, tackled by David Skrela. Agustin Pichot just controlling his players. Controlling when the ball is going to come out. A little drive there by Argentina, getting ever closer to France's 22. Now, can they turn it over again quickly? Well, that was a wild pass, but well picked up by Contepomi. Back inside. Federico Martin Aramburu. Argentina once more. Now they've got men over here. Can they make France pay? That is the hooker, Basualdo. Pichot goes, and it's a try. Felipe Contepomi. What a score by Argentina.
Absolutely outstanding play, Argentina, well constructed. They went through the phases there. There was some heroic French defence there at times there. But Contepomi, he set the play up over on this right-hand side of the field closest to us here, and he scored over in the left-hand corner. The work rate of this Argentinian side is brilliant. The players place themselves in positions to be effective all the time. His working was just outstanding. He's missed here by Pichot. Just track Contepomi, track his line here, covering the whole time. It was very good work by the hooker here. Contepomi's just drifted out now, and have a look. Pichot attacks. It was a 3-on-2 situation, but it was made by Pichot. Look, he attacks the hole here. Bang, Nyanga's caught in 2 minds. Contepomi hits the hole between Nyanga, Harry Nordicke. The experience, the guile of Pichot, the experience, and, well, the finesse and power of this man, Contepomi. Brilliant try, and a lesson in anyone in support play.
So, over 70 points in Rugby World Cup 2007. Can he make the extra 2? Oh, absolutely superb. And that is a significant lead now by Argentina. The timing of this pass was immaculate, wasn't it?
Well, it was. All he did, Pichot, was he saw he had 2 defenders there. He took 2 steps. That created doubt in Nyanga's mind. What do I do? Because there's no one defending next to the ruck. Do I step in and try and stop him in the ball, or do I stay out? A very difficult situation for him. In the end, he did nothing. Taken out brilliantly by Pichot. 10-0, 10 to go to half-time.
Oh, well, that was Michelak trying to flip one over to Rougerie. And Rougerie eventually gets his hands on the ball. 29 minutes gone. 10 points to 3. Argentina are leading, but it's Argentina who get a penalty.
This is Fred Michalak, isn't it? This really is. Trying to create, there's no need to do anything stupid at this point. There's only half an hour of the game gone. Your forwards are dominating. You've had all the field position. And we see here, they regained the ball. They were lucky, but Contempone's in such a strong position there. He's over the ball. They're unable to clean him off it. Fair penalty. Well played, Argentina. They've now got a foothold in this game, that's for sure. With another beautiful kick downfield.
And certainly a chance now for Argentina to attack from a position halfway between the 22 and their goal line. This is a great position for the Pumas.
And it's the only second time in this half that they've had an attacking position inside the 22. And they're 10-3 up. It's quite quite incredible, really, how it's gone against the run of play. And but anyway, they're here, and it is again another opportunity for it. Yeah, I hope they free it up and don't try and take them through the middle. Give it out to the backs.
Basualdo, the throw in, Alberthetti. Now we know what damage the Argentinian forwards can do, but can they get themselves organised? It certainly looks to be a good defensive maul there by the French, but they've broken away. And still, it's good defence by the French. Augustin Pichot, they're just getting a bang on the shoulder from Alberthetti. He's eager to join the action again, and the big second row forward has the ball now. Argentina getting closer to the French line, 5 metres out now. Pichot comes over to this side, drop goal. Oh, off the bar. Can you believe it? Hernandez must have thought he'd got another 3 points there. And luckily, the bounce went France's way, but it's picked up. Great pick-up by Basualdo. Still going. Brought down a metre from the line. And the referee didn't even see the ball there. Mr. Paul Hernes asked for a television replay. And that came out of absolutely nowhere. Did you see what happened?
Well, Basualdo, the drive of this guy, he had one charge with the ball earlier in the game, and that there was incredible power. He was short of the line, that's sure. There's a lot of tapping going on the head there. Hassan thinks, well, he thinks he's got the try. Obviously, he's just slipped his way through the middle there. Great props forward effort, that's for sure. As we see, he comes over and he's on his own player. That is a try.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. It's Mr. Marius Jonker, who's the television official, up high up in the stand here. He'll have a look at that, and surely he must give that try.
The only question will be in his mind is, does he put his player accidentally offside because he's in front of the play? I think that's a contentious point here in this try, in this decision here for him. In his mind, is hitting him in this situation here, he is putting his player in an offside position because he is not part of the maul. They are not bound together. Obviously, the ball has been grounded. This try could go either way. It depends how the television official, how he interprets that one.
Well, Mr. Paul Hernes will know in a minute, as will we. It's a try, my goodness. And that is another nail in the coffin of French rugby.
Well, it's quite a turnaround here. Jubilant scenes here for the Argentinian supporters, that's for sure. We just see here, this is coming through. They drove through, and this is where the hooker burst through. Well, we just see the conversion knocked over there, but stunned French defence, but lazy French defence as well. A lot of talk about this French defence during this World Cup, well, because that's all pretty much they've shown us. They certainly haven't attacked very much, but they were very lazy that time at scrum time to allow Hassan just to rumble his way over there. That's very poor French defence, 17-3. No reflection on the way the first 30 minutes has gone, but hey, they've got the points on the board.
Well, Michalak made a bit of a mess up of his last restart, and that goes into the arms of an Argentinian player who's absolutely thumped to the ground by Dusatoir. And that, incidentally, was Omar Hassan's 4th international try for the prop forward. But it's Argentina, 2 converted tries ahead at the moment, and that is a big advantage as we head towards half-time. Harry Nordicki touches down. It'll come back to the 22.
It was an interesting kick there from Hernandez. The way the French team are defending at the back here is that they're sending Poitreno's over on the right-hand side of the field, looking after the 15-metre mark towards the touchline. Harry Nordicki on the other side. So the hole is down the middle. That's why he's going to kick for the goalpost. Look to see more of that. Argentina are now going to go back to tight. They're going to slow the game down, and they're going to try and take drop goals, penalties, and get field position. That's for sure.
Well, certainly France have got a mountain to climb. Little Dominici almost got his hands to that. But once again, The Argentinians have really got the bit between their teeth. They must be absolutely delighted with the position they're in at the moment. 17 points to 3 and only 7 minutes of this first half to go. Justin Pichot. And you certainly want to have somebody with his experience just behind the ruck there, wouldn't you, at this stage in the game?
Well, certainly. There's a long, long way to go yet. Let's not write this French team out of it just yet. But I think changes are going to have to be made. It's fair to say Michalak's kicking's been very poor. And they do have the option on the bench of Boxes to bring on. I think there's got to be a tactical change here from France because it's just not working. They're not scoring any points. Now the scrum's under huge pressure. The Argentinians are on a roll. The confidence at the moment.
Oh, their confidence must be absolutely sky high. And, you know, this, up until a few years ago, was the home of French rugby. Almost sacred as far as the French cockerel is concerned. But the French are getting absolutely buried at the moment.
Well, they certainly are. It's only been in the last 7 minutes. In the last 7 minutes, Argentina have just taken this game by the scruff of the neck. You just see the confidence just running through them out there on the field at the moment. As, you know, again, under pressure, but the confidence, Longo there, strong play. Again, the ball's presented, back for the kick. Here we go.
Well, once again, big high kick from Hernandez. Dominici trying to get a challenge there. Ibanez gathers it for France. Elissalde to Michalak. Now the French can attack. Scrella whips it across to Poitrenaud. Poitrenaud back inside to Scrella. And then David Marty gets a taste of the play. Elissalde once more. Michalak, no support. Oh, that almost went into the hands of an Argentinian player. Jerome Tillon, this massive lock forward, trundles on. And now France have got a penalty. Well, that was actually Elissalde pushing David Scrella away.
Elissalde, he's got to be very careful here. He's coming with the boot with absolutely there's no need for him to be coming with the boot like that. And you can see it's still carrying on. Have a look here. Tillon's gone down here. This player, Albacete, he's in the full rights to play that ball there. Okay, they're coming to the top. Look, shoulders coming in. There's Elissalde going with the boot here. Have a look here. There is no need for that at all. And that's a very, very stupid play from a very, very intelligent footballer. You know, one of the best players in this French team, without a doubt. The most intelligent guy on rugby-wise on the field for me. He always makes the correct decisions. He's got to calm it down.
Well, Mr. Harness just telling the captain, Rafael Ibanez, just to wait there.
I can't see if his feet is making contact with the ball or with the
Nigel
ball.
Owens just having a word with Mr.
I'm
Harness.
coming down, that's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Now, has he spotted that bit of shoeing there by Elissalde? Yes, he has.
I'm going back for a blue penalty over here. I cannot have this man, one, telling me how to referee, and two, being dangerous with the foot. He didn't make contact with the player.
Well, he's very lucky in this situation, I believe.
Well, the penalty stands, and it was Albacete, the lock forward from Argentina, actually plays for Stade Toulouse, so a lot of these players know each other extremely well, don't they?
Oh, well, that is sure, you know, and that's why these Argentinians have always, you know, always had the feeling that they've played second best to France for many years now, not given the respect. As we come back to it, it's a high shot there from Hassan as well, but the referee telling Ibanez that he's got to calm Elissalde down a minute. Elissalde has got to calm down for the good of his own team. France choosing to go to the line out here. Interesting option. I think the 3 points would be better at this stage. There's a long way to go in this match yet. Take the points that are on offer. But anyway, they've gambled it. Let's see if they come away with points here.
Well, we certainly wouldn't want this game to descend to the depths in terms of fair play. This is for the bronze medal, for third place in Rugby World Cup 2007. Rafael Ibanez there just having a slight problem hearing what was supposed to be going on, but Jerome Tillon towering over everybody there. But it's difficult to see how France can take Argentina on at their own game and beat them. They've got to be incredibly well organised. Nyanga has the ball at the back now. Oh, this is a good drive from France, getting closer, 10 metres out from the line. Nyanga, his head just popped up before, just to take a little look, and this is great by the French. Nyanga goes. Nyanga's close, 1 metre out. Elissalde sees the ball, but Almost got sucked in himself, as he has done. And that must be very close to the line. Du Sautoir at the back. Jean-Baptiste Poux with the headband on there, right at the back. Great defense by Argentina. Elizalde whips it across. Now then Marti on to Dominici. Dominici has to go back inside. There was no room to move. Tackled by Coletto. So in fact, France going backwards at the moment. Once again, Michalak. Rougerie. Rougerie's going nowhere. That was a great tackle there by Ronchero. France certainly have lost about 10 metres. The last two attacks. Back inside to Scrella. Scrella is totally upended there by Longo.
Huge defence again from Argentina. It's still going on.
Michalak went on his own. Referees still play advantage. And we've got real problems here, Simon.
Well, it's been brewing, hasn't it? It's a frustration from the French team. Put that into a very combative defence here. We see here big defence. Look at this tackle here. I think it's Roncero, isn't it? No, it's not Roncero. I think it may be Longo coming in. A huge tackle. But the touch judge is in yet again. There seems he's...
I don't think no contact in there. I think he's making most of what happened. But I don't think there's any contact there. Just the arm came in.
Okay, okay. I'm going back with the original penalties.
Certainly one of the Argentinian players is hurt. Robbie Knott, can you see who it is?
No, just there's too many players in the way for the moment, Paul. But initially, if you actually saw it as Poitrenaud with Pichot, we'll see it on the replay now, Paul. But
well, I'm just watching the replay actually, Robbie, and it looks as though it's Contepomi, Felipe Contepomi as well, their top scorer, who's down on the ground at the moment. And that would be a real blow for Argentina if he had to leave the field.
Yeah, it's definitely Contepomi who's down.
He's just getting back to his feet at the moment. But what about this first half score? You could not have predicted this, surely.
Well, well, anything I've tried to predict in this World Cup's come up horribly wrong. So, you know, maybe I would have predicted this one. No, you certainly couldn't have predicted this one. But things are not pretty at the moment out here. And Argentina, well, they've got a minute to hold out. Can they hold on? That's the big question.
Well, France, you just get the feeling that if they're going to contest, they've got to score from here. Less than a minute to go. Rafael Ibanez, the captain there with the ball, just driving forward. He's going to lay it back now. This could be the last attack of this first half. Elizalde, French scrum half, just waiting. It's kept tight though. Nyanga takes it on. Certainly a good concerted bit of attack here by France. Ari Nordicki has the ball. Ari Nordicki just standing up with the headband there. They drive around the left-hand side this time. A huge roar from the crowd. Certainly coming out towards 40 minutes. Oh, Nyanga just dropped it. That was not a try. Du Sautoir goes piling in, along with Lionel Nallet. Now, will there be time for the scrummage? In fact, is he giving a penalty there? This was Nyanga, who actually dropped it.
He's dropped it. It's lost forward. It should be a scrum to Argentina. However, he has called a previous penalty here. Great defence, albeit it's around the head. I've got to say, there's a lot of unpleasant stuff going on out here at the moment. You can see the referee's arm extended here for the advantage. But how long did he play the advantage for? That's what the Argentinians will be asking. That was gallant defence again. Real fighting stuff here.
Well, this is interesting. It's the last play of this first half, and it looks as though Rafael Ibanez, the French captain, has called for a short one. The French go. Argentinians really putting their body on the line here. So the rolling maul starts once again with Ibanez right in the centre. Elizalde just controlling things. One or two of the Argentinians failed to spot what was going on there. Oh, dear me.
Well, it's sure he's going to be warned at this stage, but I've got to say, this is, it's going off again. It's untidy referee, it's not good refereeing. This is no surprise. This is absolutely no surprise to me. Referee Honus has not had a grip on this game. The French have started to lose the plot when they went 17 points in behind. The last 7 minutes it's been very poorly officiated by referee Honus here. The French are putting a lot of cheap shots, and the Argentinians are not going to accept that. That's for certain. They're just standing up to them.
Guys, what's going on here?
And quite right too. Now Mr. Honus has got to sort this out. There's Stuart Dickinson coming across. Right across from the far touchline. And Nigel Owens too. So all 3 officials in the middle of the pitch. And you can just hear what the crowd think about this.
It's just a frustration. I think it's, you know, there's a lot of pent-up frustration with these French players because they've had to take so much from the media. They've had to take so much from the public about their failure last week. But, you know, I don't think a yellow card at this stage, well, if you're going to give yellow cards, they've got to go one either way. I think it's too late for that now. And the best thing is, let's cool half-time and let's just get things cooled down.
And play rugby. The next time someone comes in from a long way away, we will simply yellow card them.
Well, yellow cards inevitable, you feel, as the 2 captains take their instruction from the referee.
Okay? The penalty is against Argentina for collapsing them all.
It's still game on in this first half, though. 41 minutes and 55 seconds is gone. What do the French do now? They've got to take it short again. If they kick it into touch, of course, they'd blow for half-time.
I'd like to see them take the scrum in this situation. It hasn't worked so far.
Ibanez takes it on a couple of meters. Still a chance for a try here. This is bound to go short. The forwards want this. They want to drive it on themselves. That was Nale, the lock forward, who took it on about another 20 centimeters or so. Elizalde is not interested, standing right at the back there, so you know precisely what's coming. Dusatoir is right in the middle. Ibanez is back on his feet, just leaning on the Argentinian players, and France are in danger here of being swamped by Argentina. Dusatoir, and one of the Argentinian players appear to come in from the side there, but France still have it. And this is a war of attrition here, it really is. There are heads flying in at knee height and boot height, and they're still coming away to the left-hand side. They'll have to go right soon.
Great discipline from Argentina currently. They're really holding firm here. Now the counter-rucking coming in. No, there's holes in behind here. They've got to be careful. Hold their discipline.
Oh, this is exhausting. Dusatoir took it on there. Elizalde just waits. Michalak is way, way out there. Michalak. And Skrela. It wasn't a high tackle, but he certainly got hit hard there. That was by Hernandez. Elizalde whips it out on this side. Tillon. Argentina have had brilliant defence here, but can you believe it? They've been penalised yet again.
Well, this is going to be interesting. There was a really unnecessary use of the boot, but the tackler, he stayed in that position. Difficult one for the referee to call here. This is going to be a very interesting call.
Yes. His feet coming in by 2. There was no need for it. He could certainly avoid the player on the floor.
Okay.
It was a penalty against him.
Yes.
And it suggests what's gone on.
Yeah.
I was suggesting a yellow card for that.
That as well.
He's
just on offside. He's on offside. I have fixed him. I have penalised him.
Rafael Ibanez there taking issue with Mr. Hernes, but it's obvious what's going to happen now.
Yellow card for you. Yes.
Well, it's not the trainer that's being sent off.
Also a yellow card for you.
Oh, the French captain is gone as well.
Fair call, well refereed, good decision. And we see water bottles being chucked at the ref at the touch now. This is poor. This is a poor showing here. He came in totally unnecessary with the use of the boot. Half-time, well, thankfully, it's a sorted end to what has been quite an amazing first half of rugby.
Well, both teams going off at a trot, and what a scoreline we have as the half-time whistle blows. Argentina 17. Our hosts here, France 3. Well, what do you think about that?
Well, you know, players have got to take the responsibility on the field as well. They're the ones who've got to conduct themselves in the correct manner. We've seen a lot of rubbish here tonight, but we have seen some good rugby in between as well. We saw a French team dominate the first half, territorially and with possession. But look at the scoreline, 17 points to 3. Argentina have had virtually no territory. They haven't had a lot of the possession, but they've come away with a 17 3-pointer lead. And the French have resorted to old-style rugby. It's quite incredible, really, the ill discipline being shown by players, the calibre of Ibanez, the guys with all the experience. Ibanez, who's got the yellow card now, Elisard, who's losing his head. It's all coming, and I think this is the pressure that's been building up with inside France for so long now. It's all coming to a head at the moment. We just have a look here at possession and territory. The two statistics are quite out, you know, it's all in favour for the French team. They haven't been able to make anything with it, and it's been 17-3 now, an amazing scoreline.
Well, certainly the last time that Bernard Laporte takes charge of this team, and nothing less than a bronze medal will do after the disappointment, of course, of being beaten by England last weekend. And it's France who've got all the hard yards to make in the course of this next 40 minutes. And certainly no lack of enthusiasm as Argentina get ready to restart. Just a reminder of the score, as Mr. Hernes says, as everybody calmed down, it's 17 points to 3. So one of the best players in the Argentinian colours, Hernandez, gets ready to restart a period of 40 minutes, which will determine who wins the bronze medal in Rugby World Cup 2007. As Aurélien Rougerie takes the first high ball of this second half, and certainly we hope there's not a repeat of what happened at the end of the first half.
We want to calm things down here.
And certainly words would have been said in the tunnel, I'm sure, to both captains and possibly even to the team managers as well, as we get our first set piece. And first substitution will be disappointing. Thierry, two substitutions are we talking about?
Bruno making his way on here to come in from the
right.
hooking position for Ibanez.
And Dusatois, yes, of course, Rafael Ibanez off at the end of the first half. So Dusatois off temporarily, as those guys will be in the sin bin. One Argentinian, one Frenchman. So 14 aside. Just almost lost control there. Ari Nordicki at the back of the line. Michalak, certainly not his favoured left foot. That goes right in the middle of the field, being chased by Coletto. Quattrino. Oh, almost tackled. Now, Aramburu goes high. Ari Nordicki is underneath and certainly takes it well. Beautiful take by the French number 8. Releases it quickly to Jérôme Tillon. Elisald, Michalak. He's got Nyanga with him. Michalak, a little break. That was a good little half break there by the outside half of France. Just about on the halfway line. Spun away by Nallet. And then Poitrenaud gains some yards for France. David Marty chases, but that's into touch.
Well played, Poitrenaud. He didn't have many options there. We see Contamponi down in back play. And have a look here, Michalak with the break. A lovely step, the offload. He has got all the skills, Michalak. He just doesn't seem to use them at the right stages in the match. And here we have another guy. You talk about a player with all the skills, Hernandez with the banana kick into touch there. He didn't gain a lot of ground with that effort, though.
Now, who is the jumper here? Ari Nordicki once more takes it two-handed. And we're back to where we ended the first half. The French trying to drive through this brutal Argentinian defence. Stood fast so far. 17 points to 3. France still trying to wheel that ball around. Now they release it. Elisald misses Michalak. And good job, David Skrela was there to pick up for France. Alisald. Scrum down, and France get the put-in.
Breakdowns are so difficult for this French side at the moment because they're not getting the players there, because they're committing so many to the drive. And have a look how difficult it is. The Argentinian foot just coming through there. Alisald's life has been really tough in the last 15-20 minutes or so. He's a very frustrated number 9 out there on the field tonight.
So has this scrum settled down? That was well taken. Ali Nordicki though. Just pushing
It's a shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a P-shot again.
Yeah.
He really does worry guys when they're trying to pick the ball up. Little foot there.
He uses a foot, he uses everything. He's I think he's a good footballer to play with, and I could imagine very annoying to play against.
Well, Pichot's got the put in this time. So a chance for Argentina to clear their lines, and quite often Longo's been picking up the back there. That's wheeled round, but goes back to Hernandez. Now then, Poitrenaud for France. He's a very clever footballer, Poitrenaud, but decides to hoist that one. Oh, almost got it. Nyanga went charging up on it, along with David Skrela.
Well, it's still very testy out there. There's, we're seeing a lot of off-the-ball stuff going, and Bruno's been very aggressive since he's come on. So we just see here going up, Poitrenaud losing the ball forward. P-shot in very good covering position, however, although he did knock this one on, but the first offence was the knock on by Poitrenaud. Hence the scrum here for Argentina. They'll want to clear their lines here. They just want to try and get through this first 10 minutes here if they can, without taking any points, and try and manage the game from there.
Have to do it all again. Just outside Argentina's 22. Augustin Pichot, Argentinian scrum half, playing in his 71st international here today. Ball's out, says the referee. Oh, good pick up there by Argentina. It could have been anybody's ball.
Very good defence there, very aware defence as well. The players regroup very quickly there to get the bodies back over the ball to protect it, to allow a clearance kick here from Hernandez.
Deciding not to go, I was going to say deciding not to go for touch, but Alisald was there, whips it away to Poitrenaud, then to Rougerie. Nice to see the French backs having a go. Skrela got Alisald, Michalak over to Poitrenaud once more. Rougerie in support. This is where you feel the French are more dangerous, but look at that, Argentina turned it over. First of all, Felipe Contepomi, and just goes out into touch, my goodness.
Robbie, a lot of late hits going in and out there at the moment. There's a lot of stuff off the ball. I don't know how you see it down there. From up here, we're seeing an awful lot of stuff.
No, Simon, you're absolutely right. It's quite remarkable because, the shenanigans that sort of, that you saw on the replay there, but, it's just, it's carried on from the first half, but they're just trying to hide away from the linesman and the referee, of course, but getting away with quite a lot as well.
Thanks, Robbie. All from the touchline a little later. Meanwhile, Ali Nordicki, one in the centre. Took that ball well at the line-out. They've used him as a principal marker in the line-out. Just trying to drive out of their 22. Goes back to Michalak. Michalak dummies. Goes around Hernandez. Poitrenaud now down the middle. Goes route one. On to David Marty there. Alisald. Poitrenaud once more. Little kick ahead. Augustin Pichot just let it run out into touch, but that was a great bit of play by France.
Well, it was. They're wanting to put pressure on Michalak's goal, his touch kicking, that's for sure. Look at him fly up in defence. He switches out to the left, sees a gap there. He's got great speed. There was a great acceleration to get through. Then he hits Marty, who's come in here. But the Argentinian defence reorganised very quickly on this short side. You'll see here, they had a 3-on-2. They had more than enough to defend that. Hence, the only option was to kick through. And, well, safely into touch, but the Argentinians are, 80 metres easily gained by the French side.
Oh, well contested. That was a good steal by Lionel Nallet. France once again, Nyanga to Michalak, onto Skrela, try to go back inside to Marti. Referee just playing advantage for the time being. Not sure that ball is going to come out, is it? Augustin Pichot. Good kick by Argentina, straight to Poitrenaud, wants to take it himself. That was okay. Nigel Owen, the touch judge, kept his flag down. And Poitrenaud throwing caution to the wind here. That was picked out by the Argentinian hooker Basualdo. Hernandez, that goes deep into the middle of the park. Rougerie is there, and so was Elissalde. Here goes Rougerie. Little half break there. Ari Nordici on the far side. Good tackle coming in from Gonzalo Longo, his opposite number. This is a better passage of play, Simon, from the French.
Well, they're certainly looking to move it around, but they're not really breaking through, are they? This Argentinian defence works so hard. I cannot stress how hard these guys are having to work here. And the French side, they're half breaking them, but they just can't quite crack them at the moment.
Well, certainly this is all France in terms of attack at the moment. As Simon was saying, the Argentinian defence is holding steady and holding their nerve. Elissalde to Rougerie. Rougerie is hit there by Contepomi. Knocked forward.
Well, what a passage of play. They went from end to end. They're slinging it round, going left to right here. And, well, I just noticed Ibanez got his top on. It doesn't look like he may be coming back on. But we see here, Contepomi again comes in for the spot hit. You've got to make that one stick. You've got to get the ball and all. Unfortunately, his tackling arm knocked it forward there.
Well, it's Alvarez who's coming on for Argentina, but there's going to be a blood replacement as well.
Remy Martin stripped off. Looks like he'll be coming on as well for the French side, and that just adds more pace to their game. But unfortunately, through the middle, they're not dominating, so their loose forward's not really able to get wide. So we just see here again the reverse angle on that tackle, and then the little tap on the head by the Argentinians with I'm sure a little word just to let them know we're still here, and we got half an hour to go, and we're going to maybe yet again beat you in this World Cup, which would be quite something.
So, perhaps the last time we'll see Rafael Ibanez in a French shirt. What do you think?
Well, I would have thought so, and a lot of talk that maybe he'll take up a coaching position, so maybe we'll see him back as French coach, but I think he'll be ruining his ill discipline there just before half-time. Anyway, that's something that he'll have to reflect on.
Remy Martin is on now, Stade Francais player. Plays it flank forward, of course. So Dusatoir is also off the park. France have it. Elissalde. Picked up there by one of the French players, accidentally offside though.
Well, needless mistake there, careless at the back of the French scrum, and that's two mistakes here by Harry Nordici in the space of 2 or 3 minutes. Have a look here, little knock on, then drives into his own players, accidental offside. Scrum Argentina. Well, I'll be picking it up and under, but we'll see if they're going to try and risk it through the hands. I think they'll want to try and put some pressure on through the air again and go back to how they've played during this World Cup.
Mind you, Clément Poitrenaud has handled himself very, very well at fullback, and he's a great counter-attacker too.
He's been one of the few shining lights for this French team so far tonight, hasn't he?
Just driving forward too quickly. That's why Mr. Paul Hoeneß is saying just wait. Pichot. Elissalde. Oh, that ball wasn't quite out, but referee says play on. Pichot. Hernandez. Contepomi. Oh, that was a terrific little break there by Aguja. France have it now. Michalak, left-footed. He's not particularly strong on his left foot, but that has gone down towards the 22. Stays in. Aramburu. Michalak. Straight back into Dominici. French have taken it quickly. Now comes Poitrenaud. Looking for space, but he won't find it there. That's gone straight into the arms of the fullback Coletto. To Hernandez, who just slipped a little bit. Rougerie. What can France do here? Left-footed. Contepomi's underneath it. Ruggieri still contesting, and Coletto breaking away. Coletto coming away for Argentina. Needs support. Slings it back inside. That was well taken. Now they go wider. This is a chance for Argentina. Hernandez goes across. The lock forward is there. This has got to be a try. Oh, fantastic stuff. Aramburu scores a third try for Argentina.
The try of the tournament. You will not see a better try in this World Cup if we have a look at every single try we've seen. That was outstanding. Outstanding individual skills. But you watch this pass 20 times from Hernandez at speed. He slung it 20 metres. Have a look at Coletto, the break. The handoff on Dominici. Beats him here. He doesn't know what to do. He's got 4 defenders around him. Picks up on the inside. Great hands there. That was by Contemponi. He picked up, I think it was the lock forward, it was an Albacete. Then we have this pass off the left hand. Look at that, 20 metres. No question. There was no doubt it wasn't caught. Look at brilliant finish. Great try. Brilliant, brilliant rugby. The stadium's gone quiet.
It certainly has. My goodness gracious me. Take a look at it. If it is the try of the tournament, you're seeing it right here. Not exactly in slow motion, but it was such enterprise by Argentina, wasn't it?
It had everything. It had all the skills. It had everything. It had guys. They had to find their way out of it. Coletto ran himself into a blind alley. He turned it back on the inside. It was great hands from a lock, but that pass from Hernandez, just the class of the man. Absolutely incredible pass.
Contepomi pushes it wide. That's the first kick of this game that he's missed here today. But what a scoreline we have. Argentina 22, France 3. I wish I knew the odds of Argentina finishing third in this tournament 6 weeks ago. It would have been worth a bet, a big bet.
It certainly would have been, but I think only these guys might have really backed themselves to do that. And that's the Argentinian management.
Paul, there's been a substitution. We've got Pierre Mignoni who's come at scrum half to replace Elisald.
Thank you very much. Well, a man who's captained France in the past is now off. Elisald, and Pierre Mignoni plays for Clermont. As Argentina clear their lines by some big margin. That was a massive kick there.
Hernandez is such a talented footballer. He has so many different ways of kicking the rugby ball. It's I'm not sure whether the pictures really convey as to the different positions he puts the ball on his foot. He has the banana kick, the one which goes off the outside. He spirals the ball. He has the low kick that he can drill 60 metres. He's got more kicks in his game than any other fly half in international rugby. Really is. I can't say enough about this guy, how good he is. But I'm lucky that I see him week in, week out in the French Championship, of course, as well. Really an outstanding footballer.
Well, the Argentinian there thought he'd made the mark, but Paul Hoeneß just said, carry on. Argentina in possession. And certainly the stadium has gone deathly quiet at the moment. Obviously, a predominance of French supporters here. Hernandez once more. Little tester there for Pierre Mignoni. First touch of the ball, spins it away to Poitrenaud. That's still kept in. Augustin Pichot to Hernandez once more. Hernandez sees space. Way over on the far side. Poitrenaud's got it covered, but that's a tricky one. Hernandez, oh my goodness. Little break out there by Poitrenaud, but eventually it's Dominici in possession, and he was caught, and Argentina have got the put in.
Hernandez, once again, I'm sorry to be saying the same things over and over again. You're probably going to get fed up with me talking about him tonight, but it was outstanding play. We don't see the kick here that he put down, but the chase, he's on his own. He slips, gets back, he turns blind, he gets back again. He never gives up on the play. He doesn't give up on it. Contemponi's there to force the pressure. They get the go forward, scrum Argentina.
So Argentina in a very good position once more. Mignoni trying to put Pichot under pressure. On that occasion, Hernandez couldn't get his hands on the ball, but Contepomi has. Into France's 22. Lays it back. Pichot to Hernandez, left-footed. That was certainly a very weak attempt at a drop goal. Ruggieri makes the mark, comes away. David Strela is tackled. Argentina have certainly put in some tackles during this game. France still in possession. Ari Nordicki will switch there to Mignoni. Now on to Remy Martin.
Leave it wide. Leave it wide.
Just waiting, being patient, which is good. Michalak, Skrela to Rougerie. Rougerie's got Dominici outside him. Dominici, this tiny, tiny little winger. He's got such pace when he's got the ball in his hands. Tackled there, but Argentina on this occasion penalised.
Well, the groans of the French crowd, I think that's about all we're hearing, a bit of whistling as well. They're not happy with this at the moment. They're just slinging it right to left. It's all pretty aimless stuff at the moment by this French team, who really look out on their legs at the moment. The heads are down. There's not a lot of confidence going out there. They're not quite sure what they should be doing. And what often happens in this situation for a team is that they start going in ones and twos. They try and win the game by themselves. 22-3, 22 minutes to go. If the resolve is there, the spirit is there, there's no reason why they can't come back into it. But I feel it's just draining out of them at the moment.
As we look at David Skrela, can you see the French scoring 3 tries?
Well, no, not on this form, certainly not. But with Poitras, it's quite capable.
Well, certainly if the team coach, Bernard Laporte, was not going at the end of this tournament, you just get the impression that if they lose this one, he'd have gone anyway. But Argentina it is on the attack once more. On this occasion, Michalak getting involved with that tackle. Pichot. Hernandez once more. He's got a thunderbolt of a right foot on him. And that goes way, way down into France's half.
Just another example of his kicking game, the low drive. It's like, you know, he's punching a 2-iron into the wind, isn't it? He's in the golfing sense. He just keeps it very low off the back foot, bang, and hits it. Stolen line out now. French team well. Do I see them scoring 3 tries? I've got to say no at this stage. 20 minutes to go. It's not looking likely, is it? But Argentina, well, they're in control, controlling it just as they would like to.
Another substitution about to take place. It looks as though Vincent Clerc is coming on, the Stade Toulouse winger. Another couple of substitutes as well for Argentina. Senelosa and Leguizamo. Senelosa number 22. And Rougerie is coming off for France.
Well, you question the coaching call on that situation, don't you? Rougerie's looked good. He's despondent coming off there. I think he's worked really hard tonight, along with Poitras. There haven't been many stars out there for the French team tonight, but he's worked really hard. He'd be disappointed about that to come off at this stage.
Well, it's an absolute mountain to climb for France now.
Simon, I think he's got a little bit of an injury. In fact, he's limping slightly. He's been in the wars once again.
Thanks, Robbie. You're talking about Rougerie.
Yeah, Rougerie, of course.
Okay, many thanks. A penalty there to Argentina, quickly taken by Mignoni. So a bit of enterprise, but they couldn't finish it off, and that was cleaned up very, very quickly by Argentina. But, the substitute there just missed the ball altogether, did Leguizamo, so Hernandez has to clean up. Now then, this will be taken quickly. Although Mignoni just deciding against it.
Yosha does brilliantly here, doesn't he? Going in, diving headfirst into a dangerous situation. That shows the courage of these guys. And, you know, I can't really speak enough about the display that we've seen from Argentina here tonight. It really has been just played out pure guts as well. But we've seen the skill tonight, which we haven't seen in some of the other games.
Well, can Chabal be a talisman for France? It's a big, big ask for this fella. But Chabal has been a real impact player in the past, hasn't he, when he's come off the bench?
Certainly, but at 22-3 down with your tight 5 struggling, not many clues going on behind the scrum. I'm not sure he can make a huge impact that he would have liked here. With what have we got? 19 to go.
Well, he replaces Jérôme Thion. That's a big tackle coming in on Vincent Clerc. There's Chabal doing what he loves to do, taking route 1. So Chabal, his first touch of the ball. Michalak tries to chip it through there, but there's nobody chasing at all. Oh. Touch judge keeps his flag down there. It was a nice bit of play by Aramburu.
Well, he kept the ball in well here. We'll just see him. He had a little slip here just towards the touchline, and well done. Kept it in the field of play nicely. Unfortunately, didn't get a good kick away. This tackle here led to Vincent Clare getting very upset. As we see here, he got him to parallel, but he put him back down at parallel. Absolutely no problem with that tackle, but Clare took exception to that one.
There's one of the most recognisable faces in France at the moment, I suspect. Remy Martin to Chabal. Oh, big tackle. My goodness. Absolutely huge, and Chabal has gone down like a sack of potatoes. Chabal is absolutely flat out.
Wait.
Well, the touch judge is going to come in here. I'm sure it was an illegal tackle. I'm sure it was an illegal tackle.
It was, in fact, on David Squella, I think, Paul.
Yeah, no, but the big hit, Robbie, was on Chabal. I think it was a shoulder charge.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just wait for a replay on this one.
Yeah, he said Stuart Dickinson there certainly mentioned the tackle with the shoulder. Let's just see who he's going to get.
Number 19.
Well, he's talking about Leguizamo.
Player had
for
offloaded.
London Irish
Late tackle,
over
high,
in England.
No arms, only a shoulder.
He's in the bin.
No.
A huge cheer goes up around the Parc des Princes.
Well, I think he's a victim of all the trouble that we've seen so far in this game. Have a look at this here as he comes in here, bang. And I've got to say well, I've seen a lot worse, and I don't think, have a look here, he hits with the shoulder, but the arm does wrap as well. The arm does tend to, he does attempt to wrap the arm. That is not a straight shoulder charge. Yes, that does hurt. That does hurt. That is a great hit, but I don't think it's a yellow card for me at all. I don't. I think it's another pretty average call by referee Honus.
You've got to be some athlete to put Chabal in the air like that, haven't you?
Well, that one will be replayed a bit, I'm sure, in Argentina.
If there are some highlights of the whole of the World Cup, that'll be one of them. So can France attack Argentina's line from here? Chabal goes up again but loses possession. Driven through there by Longo. Dominici doing what he does best. Dominici going for the line. Tackled by Augustin Pichot. That was a good tackle by the Argentinian captain. And certainly France have a chance here. Depends on the quality of their possession. Michalak. Strela, then on to Marti. Tries to go through himself. He had two players outside him. French lining up again. Michalak looks inside to Vincent Clare. Michalak once more. Looking for Remy Martin. Takes it on another couple of meters, does the French flanker. This is better from France. They haven't got men over here. Vincent Clare tackled once more by Argentina. Boy, oh boy, have Argentina put in some tackles, and they've stolen it. A little bit of a mix-up there, but Hernandez comes away. Back inside. This is tremendous attacking by Argentina. They're going to score again. Oh, my goodness. Corletto does it. And this has got to go down as one of the best ever performances by the Pumas. That is unbelievable.
Put it down to heroic defence. Put it down to the way these guys have worked together. The front row, Roncero and Hassan, they're the ones who made the tackles in the middle of the park. They're the ones who are slowing the ball down. We had the turner. Have a look there on the tackle there. It's Roncero. He's turned it over. He's made the tackle. Who's in on top of it? The ball's turned away. Attack the short side. Brilliant hands here under pressure here. Then he puts the speed on. He's away, Aguirre. He's away. He looks. Corletto. Well, the French know about his speed. He scored the intercept on 7th of September, didn't he? Opening match. And he runs it in from 50 metres. Absolute brilliance. That you see what it means to the management. You've got to say, I think every rugby neutral will be absolutely delighted with this performance tonight, because for all the things that are important in rugby, you know, you still need the intangibles, the guts, the guys, the spirit, and the guys willing to put their body on the line for each other. And that's what this Argentinian side have done here tonight, yet again. But tonight, they've done it with some style as well, haven't they?
They certainly have. Now, can Contepomi finish it off? It just scrapes past that right-hand post. And I'm sure we'll see that try again. Coletto, of course, scored the only try in the opening match at Stade de France. Look at the guy go. Just pins his ears back and goes for the line. Superb. Another wonderful moment for Argentina.
Paul, there's another change for France. They're going to bring on boxes finally.
Well, all a little bit too late, you'd have thought, Robbie.
Yeah, it's only 13 minutes left, it really is. And Michalak's kicking hasn't been perfect. I mean, he could have come on a little bit earlier, I think.
I hope you didn't have a bet on France winning this game tonight.
No, I didn't. I've been following Argentina ever since the start, I can tell you that.
Of course you have.
Yeah. And Wales.
Well, substitution just taking place. Lionel Boxes, just out of shot, has just come on. The Stade Francais player. But what a performance. Augustin Pichot there, pushing that one downfield, so Clément Poitrenaud has to clean up again. Pichot underneath it. In fact, Pichot leaves it. He was well short there, but he eventually gathers it up. I suppose you've got to say that whatever Argentina do now, they can hardly do anything wrong.
No, it's been their night, hasn't it? You know, with the drop kick bouncing off the post back, they end up scoring a try from it. They've had some fortuitous bounces, sure, but they've made their luck because they've worked so hard together. And that to me will be, you know, the abiding memory from this game tonight will be the way that these guys have worked. I cannot stress it enough how hard these guys have worked for each other. And just the willingness to get up and make one tackle after another, get back in the line, push up, keep putting the pressure on. It's quite outstanding. It's a lesson to a lot of teams in world rugby.
All credit to Marcelo Lofreda, the coach, because last week after they got heavily defeated by South Africa, as we just see Augustin Pichot there being flattened by Ari Nordicki, you could have forgiven the Argentinians for being a bit negative about this evening's performance.
Yeah, certainly. I think in the aftermath of that game, sure, there's going to be a lot of disappointment. But quite frankly, they're not really up to that the standard of the South African team, because that South African team's been playing outstanding rugby. But in saying that, this Argentinian tonight side has showed their ability to bounce back. They're up against a team who they really don't respect, and that is the France, because they play week in, week out with them. There's no fear there.
That's a very good point. Harry Nordicki controls that scrummage at the back, then passes on to Remy Martin. Almost up to the halfway line. 67 minutes gone. An unbelievable scoreline here. It's France on the attack. Dominici just goes over the Argentinian 10-meter line. Now, Harry Nordicki goes straight through the middle. Big tackle's got to come in here, but it doesn't, so France have got a chance. Chabal takes it on a couple of meters. Now, France have got a real chance if they can spin it wide. Poitrenaud going for the line. A try at last for France, but is it too late?
Well worked by France. Harry Nordicki with the big bust. They recycled and hit back the short side. And as we call Poitrenaud being one of the guys who've offered a little bit of encouragement, he's really tried his heart out all night. He gets a well-deserved try for me. We see here a 3 against 1 situation there. Nothing the Argentinian defence can do. Pretty much under the post. Well taken try, France. But you got to feel it is far too late for them at this stage. The clock running, we've got 11 to go.
Well, up until this point, Argentina had scored 27 points without reply. And despite the fact that was an excellent try by the French fullback, you just get the feeling that time has run out.
Apart from the All Blacks in World Rugby, who else have we seen be capable to put these sorts of numbers up against France? Absolutely no one. Absolutely no one has come out onto the field against France and really stacked up these sorts of numbers. You know, that puts it into perspective as to how good Argentinian's performance has been tonight, and maybe, I guess, how average the French team have been as well.
Well, that was a good conversion there by Boxes. But, you know, Argentina have had some good results against some of the best teams in the world over the last 24 months.
They certainly have had. They've had some good results, but I think in the semi-final we saw the difference in the gulf in between what I would say, you know, the top 2 teams in the world. Well, one of them went home a lot earlier than we anticipated. But, you know, the South Africans, without a doubt, playing the best rugby at this World Cup.
So Leguizamon is back on for Albacete, I think it is. confirm that for you in just a moment. In fact, no, it's Alvarez. So Leguizamon back on. Of course, he came on earlier on in the game when those Argentinian two players, one from Argentina, one from France, were in the sin bin. Now then, scrum down. Argentina get the put in right on France's 22.
They'll be quite happy with that passenger player. A beautiful hanging kickoff from Hernandez yet again. Well, once again showing the all-round skills. It was a good chase, good pressure through. Chabal was unable to gather. They got their hands on it, and it just eats up the clock. Just eats up the clock. 8 minutes to go. I imagine a drop goal attempt here. Or maybe the dummy drop with Contemponean on the play.
Another substitution has taken place. Marcus Ivan Ayeza plays for Leicester Tigers, has come on in place of Hassan in the front row. So just about everybody who's here tonight in a rugby shirt and a pair of shorts has been on the park. Augustin Pichot still sniffing around there. Almost lifts Ari Nordicki off the ground. Now then, Michalak spins it away to the try scorer Poitrenaud, but Argentina are closing down these Frenchmen very, very quickly. France have got to throw caution to the wind there. Ari Nordicki getting in a bit of a mix-up with David Strela. Michalak straight into the arms of Coletto. What will Coletto do here? Drop kick. That's going to go short into the arms of Poitrenaud. Poitrenaud just looking both ways and picked out Pierre Mignoni in the end. To Strela. And certainly you get the feeling, Simon, that France have got to keep it in the hand.
Well, they certainly do, but this defence just scrambles so well. So we see Coxis with a nice break down the side here.
Well, he's certainly made an impact since he came on as Dominici goes. But once again, the support is very, very slow in coming. Now then, France have got another chance here. Remy Martin goes back inside. He actually had Poitrenaud outside him. And certainly the French players lining up across the pitch. Chabal. Always so strong is Sébastien Chabal. France once again to Nyanga. About 10 metres out from Argentina's line. Can they score again? Play on, says the referee. Suggestion that that may have been knocked on by an Argentinian, but it wasn't. So France still have it. Strela pops it over the top to Poitrenaud. Chance for Poitrenaud. Oh. And Philippe Contepomi was contending that with the French fullback. So close.
Outstanding defence here by Contemponeau. He knew where Poitrenaud was, and he just shadowed the ball. The bounce of the ball didn't go Poitrenaud's way, but Contemponeau, clever play in the back. Good build-up play by France. They've accelerated the play, haven't they? They've got the ball in their hands. They're running onto it now. They're giving it a crack, but you've got to ask the question, why haven't they been doing this from the start of the game? We saw the senseless play before half-time of just trying to rumble it through the forwards. As we see Coletto down here injured.
Michalak limping away as well. Let's watch this again.
Michalak, he went down with a slight cramp here. But
it gives us a chance, actually, Simon. We're getting towards the end now, 6.5 minutes to go. Who would you pick as your man of the match today?
Well, it's definitely coming from Argentina. That goes without a doubt. It's got to be one of their backs. I've got to say, Coletto's had a very good game, and we just see him being taken off. Hernandez, for me, is just outstanding in everything he does. I personally, I'm a little bit biased and always like to give thanks to number 10s, but he's been outstanding for me. But I don't know. There's been many players out there tonight who deserve it.
It's not us, of course, who decides on man of the match. There is an independent panel, and I can tell you it is the captain, Augustin Pichot. You surprised?
Well, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that one, but I think that's a decision, maybe let's say a little bit an emotional decision, if you like, as he's coming off the field. And what a reception he's going to get coming off this field.
Well, just had a shot there. The Argentinian captain, probably for the last time, comes off the field in an Argentinian shirt. Just over 5 minutes to go. The bronze medal looks as though it is heading to South America and to Argentina. Been a bit of a try-fest here today for the Pumas. But a chance for France maybe to hit them back. Harry Nordicki picks up. Remy Martin tries to get it. Now then. Whipped out to the far side once again to Poitrenaud. Had Dominici outside him. Haven't really seen Dominici really get into his stride during this World Cup.
Great defence here by the Argentinians. Scrambled brilliantly wide and forced a turnover. It really is. It's a lesson for everybody, and just if you work hard and the rewards you get from it. And they have worked tremendously hard tonight there to force that turnover. Just another example.
Well, we've had so many turnovers tonight, haven't we, by Argentina? I can't think of any by France.
No, they haven't. They put pressure on the ball like the Argentinians do here. The tackles, it's all the backs in there working. That's the good thing. Working as loose forwards and prepared to get their bodies and take a good body position and put pressure on the ball. One, it slows it down. Two, if you can force a turnover, even better. It's, really is outstanding play by this Argentinian backline.
France. Quick pick from the line out there. Remy Martin, the flank forward, threw it forward there. Now Argentina once again. Contepomi goes, stays on his feet. Brilliant running by Contepomi and by Leguizamo. Into the French 22. Little chip forward perhaps. No, it goes to Hernandez. Hernandez goes back inside. Only brought down a metre back. This is a good layback for Argentina. Contepomi, is it? It's another try. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's his second try of the game. An unbelievable display by Argentina.
Oh, it's absolutely superb. They really are just playing brilliant rugby now, aren't they? They capitalised on the turnover. Remy Martin losing the ball in the midfield. And bang, they attack down this left-hand side. And well, for the French supporters, have a look here. It's your man Contepomi yet again who starts it off. And then Leguizamo showed great speed there to burst through the middle. But look at the protection of the ball. Two players committed. We'll look after the ball. Okay, overrun the play here. Here's Hernandez. Bang! The acceleration, the step. You think he's going to score himself? No! He has the sense to play it back over his head. Contepomi with great skills. Excellent try.
17 points by Felipe Contepomi. And that takes his total for the World Cup to over 80. Just a couple of meters, but it was worth 5 points. Absolute delight from a man who looked mentally and physically shattered after the beating by South Africa. But he's come back with a real bang here. 3 minutes to go, and we can say now, surely the bronze medal is definitely going to the Argentinians.
Well, it's just been an outstanding performance. But, if you look at it from the French perspective, well, it's going to be a shame to see them booed off the field as they're going to be tonight, and you can be sure the Parisian reception for them will be that. But what a way for Bernard Laporte to finish. I think there are going to be huge ramifications from this result tonight.
Another 2 points for Argentina, and this is a real drubbing that France are getting here. Frédéric Michalak is down, and apart from Bernard Laporte, you would suspect that there will be wholesale changes in the French setup by the time we get to the next Six Nations season.
I'm not sure that the changes will be in personnel. I think it's going to be changes in structures, because these guys are very, very good footballers individually. They really are, but collectively it has not come together at all. And, when I see this tonight, we talk about the spirit, the togetherness, the bond that is run through this Argentinian side. What do we see through the French team? Nothing but frustration. And this performance tonight has been, well, I don't think it surprises a lot of people who follow French rugby closely. He's away again.
This is outstanding by Argentina. One-handed Leguizamo onto the winger. Aguja, my goodness, I thought we were in for another try there.
Speed of Leguizamo. These guys, the guys coming off the bench have had a big impact tonight because the confidence is running so high. They really, well, Leguizamo's an outstanding footballer in his own right, isn't he? But we have a look here. Some of these guys who haven't played a lot of rugby in this World Cup have really stood up here tonight and performed gallantly.
Harry Nordicki takes it for France. Argentina push France backwards. How many times have we seen that here today? Mignoni to Boxes. It goes way downfield, but we're just outside the 22 now. And that's a sad sight to see. Frederic Michalak hasn't really inspired and scored the points we hoped he would have done, and all that Dominici has done was score 2 tries against Georgia. So the sights of some very unhappy Frenchmen.
Well, the word has been around France that it's been an unhappy camp for some time there. And, you know, unfortunately tonight it has all gone terribly wrong for them. And, you know, you can feel for the guys in this situation here. This is going to be very tough to accept. But let's take absolutely nothing away from the Argentinians as they attack again.
They've been absolutely superb and really driving forward. Oh, that was Hernandez getting stuck in there. Ayerza. And a couple of the players shouting and screaming for it. Out of camera shot here on this side of the field, thinking there was an overlap. Indeed, there still is. So a chance for Argentina to spin it away towards this left-hand side. Hernandez goes chasing after it. Good pick up there by Vincent Clerc. But it's all going Argentina's way. We're over 80 minutes. Time has run out. The bronze medal in Rugby World Cup 2007 is going to Argentina. And it looks as though we're going to have the scrummage, Simon. So,
well, interesting call here by the referee. Vincent Clerc, he certainly called the mark, but the referee saying he didn't hear it, and chance to score another try. Do they take him through the middle?
None of them want to reset this. I think they all want to go away and have a bath. Rugby World Cup for France and for Argentina is almost over. Argentina 34, France 10. A last hurrah perhaps for Argentina. That will be it. That is the end of the game. A wonderful evening for Argentina. A magnificent victory. Argentina have won here tonight. It's been a try-fest for the South Americans, and they've beaten the hosts, France, by 34 points to 10. What a game for Argentina. So what do you think about that, Simon?
Well, once again, I'm happy we didn't make a great call before the game, because I never thought I'd see that result twice in the World Cup. But I never thought I'd see 34 points put on the French side by the Argentinians. If you'd told me it was the All Blacks, maybe I would have agreed with you. But Argentina putting 34 points on the French side, absolutely outstanding. What a performance. Jubilant scenes down here on the field here from the Argentinians. Sure, there was a disappointment last week in the semi-final, but they knew this one was all to play for as well for them. Not only for this group, but also for the international future of Argentina. Now serious questions are going to be asked. What do we do with the third place team in the world 2007? And the tears are flowing, and I tell you what, emotional scenes here, and emotional also for the French side, because that there is a disaster.
Well, you know, you're absolutely right. The French team is littered with individual stars, but they haven't played like a team, and that is precisely the opposite of what we've found with Argentina. They've been a brilliant team.
Well, they certainly have, and that's what it is all about. There are things in rugby that money can buy, that's for sure. Buys you a lot of talent, can help you put a team together, can help with all the fitness trainings, everything else you need. But at the end of the day, rugby still exists, and that you need to have a spirit. You need to have guys who are willing to go out there, put their bodies on the line, not only for themselves, but for each other. And this is what we see here as the captain has got his team around him. And this is lovely moments for the team, absolutely lovely moments here.
Testing.
You know, great moment for these guys, for that whole staff. Incredible stuff here.
Well, Augustin Pichot, man of the match, but what about the French? Raphael Ibanez is downstairs talking to our reporter, pitchside Robbie Knock. Well, we're just waiting for the French captain, and I think it'll be a very difficult interview for Raphael Ibanez. His last appearance in a French jersey, perhaps Augustin Pichot. We know it is his last appearance for Argentina, but what a way to finish your international career.
Well,
we have the French captain now.
Rafael, it must be difficult to finish and end your campaign in this way.
Of course, it's a sad finish for the whole French team. We are very disappointed tonight because I think we couldn't score when we had some good opportunities, and Argentina scored when they had to do so. Nothing to say, especially about this performance, but we need to get on with that.
Thanks so much, Rafael. Good luck for your future.
Yeah, just one thing. I just want to say to the Pumas, they have to enjoy this win. It was a massive performance for them from the World Cup. I'm not sure they have such a generation and for the future. And I tell you, from the French point of view, we prepare the next France-Argentina.
It's very admirable, thank you.
Well, it's admirable, but it's a matter of fact from the French captain. You'd expect nothing else from such an experienced international rugby player. But the Argentinians, well, they will be feeling cock-a-hoop tonight. The French must feel shell-shocked. I don't think there's any other word for it.
No, but I think, you know, as alluded to during the game, that this sort of game has been on the cards for the French team. How they beat the All Blacks, well, that to a lot of people is still a mystery. But they got through that one. They were never going to get through the semi-final. You really didn't feel they deserved it.
Gus, a fantastic result. You must be absolutely over the moon with this performance, and third place in the World Cup.
Yes, I'm very proud of the team today. Having lost against South Africa today here, finishing maybe my career like this. What else can I ask? Captain of a great team that makes history. I'm very proud.
Well, you've been awarded the Man of the Match award from Elise here. So congratulations for that, and well played.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you everyone in the world that supported Argentina. We are very proud. We are third. Amazing. It's a great way to carry on. Life like this is very, very happy.
Thank you.
Thank you indeed. I think little Elise wants to go home. She looks a bit tired. But man of the match performance tonight, and the captain of a side which have produced a remarkable result here today. So the presentation is about to take place for the bronze medal. Mr. Mike Miller in the background, the chief executive of the IRB, along with Bernard Lapasse from the organisers of Rugby World Cup 2007, and Dr. Sid Miller, of course, the chairman of the International Rugby Board. And there is a guy in the background who must have mixed feelings here, Bernard Laporte. On Monday he starts his new job, working essentially for President Sarkozy.
I think it's going to be a very uncomfortable 48 hours for him, I would imagine. I think the French press, I think they'll go to town on this result tonight. It hasn't been the most popular tenure as a French coach, that's for certain. Results, while they've been reasonable in terms of winning Six Nation tournaments and things, but it was about this World Cup at home, and they haven't performed. They really have not performed. They scraped a miraculous win against the All Blacks by not playing rugby. They had an opportunity to play against the English and never showed up. They gifted that game away. They should have won against the English. You know, really, they should have won. But it's all about Argentina tonight, isn't it?
Well, interesting that this match and the final are against two teams who came from the same pool. France and Argentina in their pool, and South Africa and England in theirs. And some of the big names, well, they've come and gone. Of course, you mentioned New Zealand, Australia, former champions. They're gone as well. But this presentation is all about the wondrous achievements here of Argentina. Augustin Pichot, the first to go up, and then Hernandez, this wonderful, wonderful outside half. He's got to be one of the best in the world, hasn't he?
Well, for me, he's probably the best rugby player in the world we've seen this year. Again, I'm speaking a little bit from my experience of living in France and watching this guy week in and week out. In any position, I actually see him better at fullback. I could be quite honest, for me, he's a better fullback, but he's come on so much as a number 10, playing superbly, absolutely, really outstanding footballer.
Well, Dr. Sid Miller, the first to present the medals, and Bernard Lapasse, who must be delighted with what has happened here in the World Cup. All the stadiums have been full. The crowds have been absolutely fabulous in terms of their support of everybody from Samoa to Tonga to Romania and all the smaller teams, Georgia as well. They've been all very, very well supported, haven't they?
They certainly have, and I think the French organising committee and everybody in France can be immensely proud of the World Cup that they've put on around the rugby. There are a few teams who maybe got serious questions to ask themselves now. Did we do that justice on the field? Well, we see the All Blacks going home at the quarter-final stages. We saw Australia going home at the quarter-final stages. Major shocks in world rugby. Probably the biggest shocks we've had in Rugby World Cup ever have been this year, 2007. And these guys here, well, they believe they could do it. I'm not sure that there are many other in the rugby world really believe that they could come here and come third. But what, I cannot reiterate enough, what an amazing achievement this is. This man here, Lafreda, the coach. And he's got Les Cusworth as well, the Englishman, who's a part of this setup here. And Les has been a wonderful champion of the English game, hasn't he? For many years he's been involved in England, and now he's very well set up in Argentina. And it's just great to see. It really is. And Lafreda, he's off to the English Premiership now with Leicester. He'll be taking his experience there. And, well, if he can bring together and create the sort of unity and family spirit that he's managed to create here with this Argentinian side, watch out the Premiership.